Good afternoon and welcome to Courtroom Chronicles, Trials of South Africa. If you are celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday, Mdase. And yeah, I know October babies are sweet. My sister was born on the 16th, my son was born on the 2nd, but don't cross them. They will show you flames. Without wasting any time, let us get in today's business. We are talking about the court appearance by Lieutenant Dumisani Khumalo. On the 15th of October 2025, he appeared in court again. Yes, I'm saying again because this is not the first time that he's appearing in court. He's been going there, and I don't know how many times. This is the fourth or fifth time, but I just know it's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third. But he appeared in court today. So if you're wondering why he was there, what both the state and the defense has said, what does this mean for the PKTT or police politics? You are in the right place. So this video is going to break it down for you so that you can understand. That's what we are notorious for at Courtroom Chronicles Trials of South Africa. We try and explain it to the 13-year-old and the 8-year-old so that everyone understands we are in the same level. So Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo is the boss of the SAPS Crime Intelligence, and he was arrested on the 26th of June 2025 at the airport by the Investigating Directorate Against Corruption. He faced corruption and fraud charges. The state says he and some other senior police officers helped appoint Dineo Mukweli, the 30-year-old, into a high position inside crime intelligence, even though she wasn't properly vetted and didn't meet the qualifications. So after the arrest, Khumalo and his co-accused were released with 10,000 rands bail each and strict bail conditions. They were not allowed to go back to the offices or the crime intelligence premises while the case was still ongoing. Since then, Khumalo has been appearing in courts trying to get his bail conditions changed so that he can go back to work. He says his suspension has been lifted by the National Commissioner, so he should be allowed to go back to work. So the bigger picture here, the PKTT and Mkhwanazi, and inside the police politics, this is what I want us to talk about. This case isn't only about paperwork, but it's also about the power and politics inside the police. So Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the KZN Police Commissioner, spoke in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and gave important background about this whole thing. If it wasn't for his background that he gave us, we would have thought that the head of crime intelligence, of which is General Khumalo, he's the most corrupt person ever. But I want us to go back to what General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi had said. He said that Khumalo was arrested. When he was arrested, there was an ongoing intelligence investigation that had suddenly stopped after his arrest. He linked this to attempts to weaken or even stop the Political Killings Task Team, also known as the PKTT. So the PKTT was a special police team that investigated politically motivated killings, especially in the KZN. According to Mkhwanazi, when Khumalo was removed, the task team's work was disrupted. He also mentioned that some politicians and even people within the justice system were interfering with police investigations. All this was part of a bigger internal battles within the SAPS. Many believe that the case forms part of a succession fight within the police where different groups are competing for power and control over sensitive units like the crime intelligence. So now I want us to talk about what happened in court today, because that's the reason for this video that I'm doing. It's that what happened today on the 15th of October 2025 is that this was supposed to be a hearing to decide whether Khumalo and his co-accused go back to work and have their bail conditions changed so that they can go back to work. That's all that they want. But instead, the whole day turned into a legal argument and procedure on who should hear the case and whether it can even continue. So this is what happened step by step. So yesterday, on the 14th of October 2025, the original magistrate, Mr. Matlango, recused himself. What does recusal mean? It means he stepped aside, he recused himself, and it said he could no longer continue with the case. He mentioned issues connected to the Madlang Commission of Inquiry and parliamentary matters as part of his reason. So those were his reasons. So today, the new magistrate took over, and the state announced that it wants to take the decision of the previous magistrate, the one who recused himself, to the High Court for a review. In other words, they want to challenge his decision and possibly overturn his decision. So because of that, the state told the court they were not ready to continue with the bail amendment application. They said starting the process now would create confusion with the High Court review that was pending. And that was said by Advocate Stefo and some other advocates that I saw there. It was good to see him back in action. And I also saw Advocate Mshololo representing Khumalo and his co-accused. And she strongly disagreed about the whole thing. She told the court that there's been no formal application to pause the proceedings, so the matter should continue. Meaning today, everything should have continued. Her clients have been suffering prejudice since August because they cannot go back to work, even though the National Commissioner had lifted their suspensions. So she said this delay is unreasonable and unfair to Khumalo and the co-accused, and the state keeps talking about a High Court review that doesn't even exist yet because the papers were not filed yet. So she argued that the issue of bail conditions is urgent and the court should allow the hearing to go ahead today. We know that it didn't go ahead, but this is what she was saying. Advocate Mshololo's main message was clear: the accused cannot keep on waiting while the state speculates about the review that's not even filed in court yet. After hearing both sides about what Advocate Stefo and the other advocate was saying, and Advocate Mshololo, he said he made a ruling. I'm talking about the magistrate, the new one now. He said the state has the right to go ahead with its review application in the High Court, but also said that it means the bail amendment hearing must wait until the review is finalized. So the court postponed the whole matter to the 6th of November 2025, and until then, the current bail conditions will stay the same. So Khumalo doesn't go back to work. And the others, though nothing has changed, they're not allowed to go back to work. So who are the other accused, you might ask? You might have noticed in court, if you were watching, that only 3 people, the main people, were visible there. Utumsani Khumalo and a woman who works in the HR or administration. I didn't see Udinewa Mokwele. And I saw the other gentleman, but these are senior officers who were charged with Udumisani. So I saw 3. The full list of the co-accused, though, was senior crime intelligence officers like Major General Pilani Lushaba, that was the CFO, he wasn't there. Major General Precious Madondo, I think that's the one I saw. Major General Josias Likalakala, yes, with the spectacles. I think that's the one. Major General Zolitin Gabela and Brigadier Pindile Ngube, along with Udinewa Mokwele. They were not there. So all of them are facing similar corruption-related charges. And why does this matter, and what should we expect next? Is that the case is important for several reasons. First, it affects crime intelligence operations. With Khumalo being sidelined, many investigations and intelligence processes are frozen or slowed down. Second is that the test of accountability. Can senior generals be charged and tried like anyone else, or will internal politics protect them? Some people have said this is an HR issue, it should stay there. And thirdly, it exposes the power struggles within the SAPS. Different camps within the police are fighting for influence over high-profile units, and cases like this show how deep those battles go. So finally, there's the illegal angle in all of this. The fight about whether the bail amendment case can continue while other court is reviewing a recusal decision could set a precedent of how similar cases are handled in the future. The case is set to continue on the 6th of November 2025. By then, we will know whether the state has filed review papers, if the High Court will hear the matter before the bail hearing resumes. So that is it. I hope I was clear. I hope everyone understood that the reason why Crime Intelligence Head Udumsani Khumalo was in court is that he wants to go back to work, but there's a magistrate that has recused himself, and this is delaying things. And up until 6th November 2025, the bail conditions are still the same. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, hitting that notification button. And until next time, God bless you and ciao.